Yo, what is up, you guys? So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys some free plugins. So let's just get into that. So all these plugins I'm going to show you guys, they're all PC plugins. So if you're a Mac user, this video might show you some plugins you can't use. So just stop watching now. So, but I will say that all three of those plugins come from this website called pluginboutique.com, which has both Mac and PC free plugins. So I just go to the free plugin section, filter out the ones I want. So, I have Mac computers and I have PCs. So for me, it doesn't really matter, but there's obviously more PC plugins available. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to link this to you guys in the description and just show you some plugins from this site. And hopefully next week I'll show you some plugins from some different sites as well. So the first one I want to show you is actually a really cool voice synthesizer. So it has presets and all that stuff, and it's actually pretty funny when you go through the presets. Like, they'll say funny stuff like, I don't know. It's really fun. So let's go to default. And so the way it works, obviously, is you type in whatever you want up here. I would recommend playing around with the vowel sounds, if you want to maybe use this as to vocode it something else with. So if, like, I'll use this as a mute channel to a vocoder on a different channel on something percussive, and you can get really cool stuff like that. So let's just play around the U, or let's type in something like I don't know, I'm a little immature, so I like to type in funny shit like this. When I used to be in high school, I would find stuff like this on the internet and just play around with that and type in shit like that. And the thing is about why it's actually useful to have a voice synthesizer is because with other voice synthesizers you'll find on the internet, usually you can't use those because they're copyrighted. And so you would have to do a lot of warping and manipulation to disguise where it came from. But this is legal. You can completely use this, no problem. So we have some cool stuff here. So like pitch, speed, mouth, and throat, which is already a lot more parameters than you see with most of these online. The only thing that you can do online is just select different types of voices, but this is just going to let you tweak this one kind of more extensively. So, the pitch is pretty cool. So let's just play around with this. And I should mention that this does key track. So if I play C1 versus a C3, they will play different notes. So let's play around with the pitch a bit. Let me kind of just grab it correctly. And then speed if you need to play faster or really slow. And of course, mouth is going to be the openness sort of thing about it. So right here, it's going to sound really closed, robotic even. Right here, it's going to sound really open. You can really notice that more with vowels. So if I type in an O, see the difference there? And then the throat is kind of more of the texture, kind of harmonics. Also, if you kind of play around here, you kind of notice more harmonics. So I kind of like it somewhere around here, typically. From the little time I've been playing with this, I kind of realized I like settings like 70, 140, around 100, and all the way up. So you can really make some cool stuff here. Even if you like wanted to just resample something like this, and then, pitch it down, like, just on that one note, just pitch it down. So it kind of does that detuning effect. And then you just resample that and vocode it or add a bunch of effects on it, like distortion. That really makes for like an awesome like transition or kind of like those little one-shot fills. So definitely stuff like that is useful. And I'm sure there are people that will use this kind of stuff just to type in generic shit like raise your hands like before a drop and stuff, which is like the most overused thing ever. But it's okay. I mean, fuck it. Use it however you want. So that's the first one. It's a voice synthesizer. It's called, let's go back to it. It's called VST Speak. So when you go to Plugin Boutique, you'll find that probably under instruments or synths around there. So the next one I'm going to show you guys is actually under generators. It's this kick generator. I'll show you guys the clap machine and maybe a few other ones next week in the next episode of this. So I've shown you guys like things like bassism and kick synth before, and I think those are two really great different kick making plugins. And this one's just kind of it's kind of in between those two in terms of how you use it. So you have three sections to this: the body, the mid, the FM noise. So this is kind of where you put in the attacks of the kicks. You know, white noise and hi-hats are always great for making kicks attacks more crisp and more clear. And then the body, of course, is just the basic shaper. So the way this works is when you initialize it, you go to the initialize preset. So if we go presets down here, let's just select the initialized, go back to this. You'll see that most of the times to get any of these to work, you have to bring up the amount and pitch, or the time and pitch on all of these. So you'll see the volume envelope and the pitch envelope will have to be brought up to start even being able to hear anything from it. So let's bring this up. So pretty basic to use. It kind of looks a little compact, but that's a good thing sometimes. And then of course you got a little filter here, so if it gets too bright, you can just filter a little bit of that out. Velocity, volume, very simple. So let's go through some presets, and of course you have some cool FM algorithm stuff you can do here. So just a really smart plugin. If you really learn how to use it, like, it can be a great tool. And that's kind of the same thing with bassism. There's not much to it, but once you kind of get how to use it, it's the greatest thing ever. And kick synth is kind of the opposite of that. Like, it's very easy. It's kind of more complicated, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's very easy to make what you want with it. So let me go through some of these. So let's actually, we can just go through it like this through this little VST window. So let's play maybe some of the hollowed snare. And this plugin does key track as well, but only if you have the key follow on. So if, like right now, if I play something like a C3, that's gonna sound more laserish than anything. So I might have to bring down like all the way down in like 4 octaves on all of these, or as low as these can go, to make it sound more like a kick. So this is actually a snare patch. So let's start off with some kicks. Sorry if that is loud, by the way. I cannot tell if it is or isn't at this point when I'm making the videos. And let's also, you probably notice I have a spectrum here. So when I make kicks, I like to make sure that the kick I'm making is going to be tuned to the key I want it to be in. So just what I recommend with spectrums is you could use any analyzer or whatever, but just spectrum, because most people will have this in Ableton. Just set your blocks up all the way and you're golden. And of course you can always just expand it like this so it's not in your way. So let's check out a few more of these. So some of these will key track depending on where this position's at. So keep that in mind when you're going through these presets. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you can also make and save your own banks here. So you can save your own banks, load your own banks, things like that. Save presets, copy presets. So it gives you a lot of like that user interface to like expand on it. So that's always a good thing. I've always talked about how that's a good thing with most plugins. So let's check out some of these. And let's check out some more of these. So it looks like most of these want to be played around C1. Let's play some of the hat stuff. So you can just see it's like just the noise. So you can, I think that's enough of that. I'll show you guys the last one I want to show you guys. So it's kind of this really awesome mini synth emulation right here. So I've used Mbon plugins that emulate these kind of minis and stuff like that, and I think for this one being free and all, it's a fantastic sound. I might have even bought this, it sounds really great. So let me play around with this. And I do want to say one thing about it. When I use these kind of synths, I don't really care about the presets that are included. I consider these kind of synths like those synths that I use when I want to make something like Razor or Cyclops. Every time I use Razor or Cyclops, it's not because I want to find presets, it's because I want to build on inside of those. Whereas takes something like Synth and Massive that has tons of presets, and I have tons of presets that I've made for those. So usually when I go to those, it's just because I want to find something quickly and just preset browse. But this is kind of that thing where I want to actually make something. So I don't save presets in synths like Razor, Cyclops, or something like this, because I want to just make something every single time. So let's just go to initialize patch here. So if you go lead, I think that's initialize. So it's actually very simple. You just kind of need to get, anytime you look at something new, you just kind of have to figure out how it's laid out. So you got your oscillators right here, your oscillator amps right here, your filter section, your basic envelopes and stuff like that, your chorus, you got some effects right here like LFO, autopan, overdrive, and some delay modifiers. You got your arpeggiator down here, your gates, and then you kind of just have some basic stuff like retrigger, legato, poly, mono, and pitch range and like pitch bend range and like glide, aftertouch. So you kind of get the idea. And so let's just kind of play around with this. So let's turn off all the other let's turn these all off. Am I even playing on this? I don't even know. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Especially the glide is what I love about these kind of things too. Like they have a fantastic sounding glide. And setting it to mono is actually really cool when you have it in mono legato. So this is a fantastic synth for being free. Like you can make all sorts of really nice bass and type sounds, and you can make some really fantastic leads with this. And if you want to preset browse through this, you got some really cool hard syncs, you got some cool bass stuff, some ARP stuff, some riff sounds, just a lot of cool stuff. But like I said, I most of the times will not even care to look at those. I'll just go straight to this. So let's see, let's set these all to saws. Let's bring this one down actually. And the frequency is great. I mean, to some people that might sound detuned, but to me that sounds like just added harmonics that it can, it's fantastic. I just think it adds so much warmth to something. So let's try to play something. I'm a terrible keyboard player, but just testing it out. Sorry if that is loud. Headphone users, you should probably know that by now, at least with my videos, beware. I try my best to make sure I don't blow your ears off. It happens. You never know with YouTube compression, even when you try to edit these. So let's see. Let's play around with the filter, and then I'll kind of end this video. So I mean, let's add some. Let's play with the cutoff here. The cutoff all the way down, and it'll seem so bright and so harmonic. And then you open that cutoff off, and Alright, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. So hopefully next week I'll show you guys some different cool plugins. And thanks guys for watching like always. And of course, lates. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos, leave a like. And if you know any cool free plugins for me to check out, message me and let me know. So thanks for watching, and lates.